Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. And I'm really excited that I have decided to listen to my intuition, really, and start doing these series, if you will, called Divine Awakenings. And this was guided to me, and it was something that I felt really excited to want to do because it's all around sharing people's spiritual journey, spiritual awakenings. And the name in meditation was dropped to say Divine Awakenings. And I've been blessed today with a brother, a soul brother, who has it's all aligned basically for us to come together and just for him to share his journey, his divine awakening. And it's not just one awakening, there are many awakenings, and I'm sure he will share that. And I'm actually hearing this for the first time as well, so which is exciting because it brings that newness to me and to you guys as well that are listening. And so, yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna introduce Philip. And welcome, Philip, and thank you so much for coming on my channel and sharing your journey. And yeah, we're in fantastic, amazing times right now. And how are you feeling right now in this present moment in your life?
Hey Sarah, I'm grateful and excited to be here. Mm, I feel like there's a lot going on, like it's speeding up the process or whatever. I feel like if I'm in a bird nest and I was hatched in an egg, I feel like my mom is pushing me out of the nest now to get out in the world and try to make it on my own and challenge myself more and stuff.
Mhm.
Kind of like that, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, I'm totally resonating with that. It's kind of, it's not like a forceful push, but it's like this gentle push that keeps getting a little bit firmer, but it's in a very loving way. And that's exactly what I've been experiencing. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. Things are
Yeah,
moving fast, aren't they? Very quick. Yeah, a lot shifting.
kind of encouragement.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, encouragement. Yeah. And it's just we're really being asked now that I'm really feeling is just really to open up and really trust and surrender and know that we're not the ones in control. Like, so yeah, great. I really resonate with that. And so I
Yeah.
connected with you through the X family community. That we're a part of, which is a fantastic community. And I can link all those details below if anyone wants to join that. And so, what led you to that community? Because that's quite a, I would say, it's a very high vibrational container with people on their own path and journey. And a lot of it, a lot of people start through the food and fasting. And that's how my journey started. So, what about yours?
Mm.
How did it happen that you came to join that group?
Yeah. Um, how I crossed path or saw Josh for the first time was, I think, through Charlie Freak. If you
Mm,
heard about him, I
yeah.
think, yeah, they had a collaboration or a video together.
Mm,
And yeah, ever since then, I just completely resonated with Josh and has
yeah.
been
Mm,
kind of following him from afar, like watching videos, and I've been part of his Patreon a few years ago and stuff.
mm.
But yeah, I've been wanting to kind of connect with him and because I really feel I resonate with him and that he can teach me a lot. So I got I think it was during Black Friday last before Christmas. I got a um, what's it called? A opportunity to join the X family for a good price.
Mm,
So I completely, it aligned completely for me,
mm.
and I finally got to talk to Josh and be here.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, that's exactly how I connected with the X community was through that podcast, through a collaboration with him and Charlie, where they were talking about fasting for 21 days. And I thought it was crazy. This was back
Ah,
in December 2020, I believe, which started me on my trajectory to really like looking at the food and health and everything. And so, what's your journey been like from childhood? So, would you say you was always spiritual, or has this been a progression? So, to talk us through how that's come about to present day.
yeah. No, definitely not have always been spiritual. Um, I guess I'll just start from the start. I grew up in my family, was always kind of atheistic,
Mm,
atheist, not believing in religion and stuff. But I guess my mom and sister and stuff was probably a bit spiritual and open to that. But it wasn't something I was too much affected by, or I didn't know much about that. But growing up, especially with my dad, who was, I guess, against a lot of that, and also what I had noticed and experienced myself through religion and stuff, which didn't resonate with me at all, which kind of made me what's the saying about the throwing out the child with the birth water?
oh,
Like I
being baptized, is it? You mean?
yeah, I completely disregarded everything,
Mm,
religion, and since I um, kind of well, God with religion and Jesus and all that kind of stuff, I disregarded it all, and since I felt that religion didn't feel right. There was something um, sketchy with that, or something that didn't feel right. And yeah, so I kind of very got very materialistic and
mm,
scientific, and just believed stuff that you could touch and prove and facts and stuff most of my life. And think also with that came a very big fear of death and the unknown.
mm,
I had been having trouble or problems all my life with like panic attacks and trying to always escape my mind and bad thoughts and distractions. I felt like all my life, I feel like I have been having to distract myself from my mind, going deeper into dark, bad thoughts, I feel like,
mm, mm,
which I think has to do with something I was avoiding, kind of the truth, I guess.
mm,
Um, anyways, then I got older. Um, well, it's a long story, but growing up, I collected a lot of traumas and yeah, from my dad. He wasn't very nice a lot of the time, and which kind of traumatized all my family. And
mm,
just growing up with, I guess that most as most people do, Anyways, it got me into a bad place during my teenage years, kind of early 20s. Uh, I, yeah, I felt like I was really just in the dark and kind of embraced it. I feel like because I felt like everyone and everything was against me and tried to attack me, use me and stuff. So I was just fed up with it and wanted to stand up for myself and
Mm,
not be pushed against
mm,
anymore and
mm,
yeah and stuff. So yeah, it got kind of bad, and I was has been quite isolated since my teenage years. Um, since high school, I guess.
mm,
Then I dropped out from to studying further and started working a bit, and that wasn't for me. It never was with school and all these mm, things I feel like are kind of enforced upon you and pushed
mm,
on you that you have
mm,
to do.
mm,
It never resonated with me, and I was been wanting to be free, just free, and not having to just do what I want. I feel like I'm sorry if I just all over the place now.
No, no, it's fine. Go with whatever you need to. Yeah, this is
Uh,
really informal. So,
okay. Um, yeah. So, anyways, I got in a really dark place then because also growing up, I've been kind of avoiding or hiding from the world in
mm,
computer games and games
yeah.
online at the
Mm,
computer. So after dropping out and not working, I lived with my mom and my younger brother and kind of was just stuck at the computer all day, not
mm,
having any friends, not going out, just being at the computer. And then I also started working out um, to because I always been kind of thin and small, and not being able to protect myself, I feel like.
mm,
But that was good for me, I feel like, because then I took some power back and
mm,
responsibility, and I started growing in all kind of ways. Started eating better, I guess, and
mm,
a lot of things came with that. But also, I still had this really dark anger in me, always, like
mm,
which I was kind of fueled by.
mm,
I was just walking around like a dark cloud, just hating everything and everyone,
mm,
and especially myself, I guess.
mm,
And I was just, yeah, completely lost in that and just embracing it. Um, yeah, and just wishing to hurt people,
mm,
stuff.
mm.
But and especially myself, like I said, like when I was working out. It was kind of like what's it called when you hurt yourself? Mascapity or
I'm not sure. No, don't know.
yeah. Yeah, I was like working out so hard and with so heavy weight that I was kind of
Oh,
to
right,
hurt
okay.
myself.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was hurting myself in different ways as well. But
Self-sabotaging way, maybe.
yeah, I was just yeah, I felt bad over myself and was just scared of everything and felt
Mm,
bad and felt lost.
mm,
Um, but I guess the the shift or the point where it started to change from the deepest darkness, I feel
Mm.
like, was when my family wanted to get a dog.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't really care about that. I didn't care about animals at all. I had completely blocked out and numbed out my heart. I wasn't connected
Mm.
to my heart at all. I didn't care about animals or humans or anything,
Mm.
which was also kind of a ex excuse I had to tell myself, I feel like, to
Mm.
avoid and meet the pain and the fear.
Yeah.
Like,
You're protecting yourself. Yeah.
yeah, especially since I was eating animals and flesh and
Mm.
meat.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to accept that, okay, since I'm gonna do this, I have to, you know, yeah, cope with it in some way, I guess.
Mm.
Anyways, yeah, so we went to see this dog, and he was just running all over the place in this apartment he was in, and was really cute. So my family decided to get him, and
What kind of dog was it, if you don't know what kind
a
of dog?
pug,
Oh, okay,
a
beautiful.
pug. And that was like 13 years ago now.
Wow.
And yeah, sadly, he's no longer with me. It was
Mm.
almost a year ago he passed.
Right.
But anyways, my my sister and brother grew tired of the taking care of him like after a week, and I started get a connection with this little pug, and I started caring about him, and I started taking care of him, being responsible for him, and we grew really close, and
Mm.
it was yeah, it ended up with him being mine, or we
Mm.
being together, me and this little pug, and he teach me a lot. He really opened my heart.
Mm.
Like he was that little pinpoint of light just piercing through my heart, and
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I I could no longer disregard or lie to myself or any of this anymore. After that, I realized if I love this little pug, this dog, um, and I didn't know him before I met
Mm.
him, and so I realized what's the difference between him and any other animal. The
Mm.
difference I feel like was just that I haven't met them yet.
Wow.
I haven't made a connection or a relationship with them yet.
Mm.
So I realized that it would be I would lie to myself, and it would be wrong. It would go against my beliefs if I then hurt or ate or did anything to support other animals to get hurt and stuff.
Mm.
It would be like if I did this to Pug Boy, my little
Mm.
pug, and so I could, yeah. One day I just I saw a video on YouTube about someone being a vegan
Mm.
and didn't eat or use any animal products, which I had no idea was even possible. I had been
Mm.
kind of brainwashed all my life,
Mm.
thinking you have to eat some kind of animal stuff to be healthy, protein and stuff,
Mm.
which is all just a lie, I feel like now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, I was led into that. So that opened my eyes that someone was then vegan. So I just went vegan right then and there, since
Wow.
it was really, really a release for me to like a big weight went off my
Mm,
shoulders because
mm,
I no longer have to be tell myself excuses and lie to myself and to do these horrible things and put animals in my body, and which
mm,
because then I had started to love animals and stuff and realized that there's no difference between any animal, I feel like. So that was a really big start of my then spiritual journey, I guess,
mm,
because Pogboy kept opening my heart more and
mm,
more, and since I started having love for animals, that also lapped over to people.
mm,
I realized, well, if I get to know an animal and love that, and love other animals, then what's the difference between people? It
mhm,
should be the same. So I opened up my heart to that as well. And a lot of things, I guess, but I still hadn't waken up, really. I still had these anxiety and panic attacks and
mm,
this fear of death. And
mm,
yeah, it was really crippling at times, and especially during night when it got dark.
mm,
All my life has been really hard to me because then all these thoughts kept creeping in to my mind.
mm,
I started thinking about space, how endless it must be from what I hear and stuff, and just was really scary to me. I don't know why I always kept thinking about space, but it's something about outer space that was scary to me. That from what I hear, it's being infinite and
mm,
never ending, and
mm,
I just imagine myself being out there in the space and dying, or everything going dark and everything is so big and
mm.
scary. I don't know.
Yeah.
And from what I've been told, that when you die, everything just goes black and there's
Mm,
nothing after life. You just you kind of just a random occurrence happening, like
mm,
a miracle. You come into life, you experience it, kind of suffering from what I
yeah.
felt back then,
So
and
at
then
this
just
point in your journey, you didn't know that you were a soul or a spirit?
no, no, not at
Right.
all. Yeah, all my life I've just been mm, from the best from what I gathered how life worked. It was just
Mm,
you were born
mm,
randomly,
yeah.
you suffer, and then you die, and it's
Mm,
just everything gone.
yeah.
Nothing, not even blackness, because you don't even have a consciousness, from what
Mm,
I gather. Um, obviously, that's not the case,
mm,
which kind of feel like um, that added up to why I felt so bad, because I was lying to myself all my life, believing in a lie.
mm,
Anyways, it got to a point in my life, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago now.
mhm,
I got, I don't know why, but these bad thoughts I've been having, panic attacks and stuff, they started occurring during the day, and I couldn't
mm,
escape them anymore. I
mm,
was like trapped in my mind, in my body, I felt like, and I didn't know what to do. And it was like 2 really bad, dark weeks of me not, I couldn't escape, I couldn't distract myself.
mm,
I just felt like I was falling from a high building to my death,
mm,
which is a nightmare I've been having all my life as well, which
mm,
I kind of relate or see this like I feel like I saw life like that, like you were just falling to your death.
Mm,
It was just a matter of time till you die and didn't matter. It just yeah. And I was kind of embodying that feeling of just dying, falling to my death. I felt like I could die tomorrow. Like there was no time between me and dying.
mm,
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but I really felt like I'm gonna die, and that's
mm,
what was the feeling I was walking around with. So I was kind of in panic.
mm,
Uh, anyways, so I got really desperate, and even though I have kind of bad contact with my younger brother, I wasn't. I also might add that I wasn't living at home anymore at that point. I had moved out in my own apartment. And so had my little brother. He was like 5 minute walk away, but we didn't have any contact. We don't usually talk and stuff. But anyways, I got so desperate and felt so bad and lonely and scared. I didn't know what to do, and it was during the night. So I reached out to him and asked if I could come over or something, because when during these episodes, or like when I was in panic mode, what usually come to me, like what made sense, like was or what mattered the most, I felt like or realized was the people you love.
mm,
So when I felt the most bad, I just wanted to get close to people or those I love and
mm,
make sure they know I love them. And
mm,
yeah, so because if I die, I don't want to miss out on them knowing I love them. To
mm.
like, I felt like that mattered the most, like to show them love. And yeah, so I
And do
mean.
you think, sorry, I just question that. Do you think you would have been able to have done that if you hadn't have had that time with that your pug? Because it allowed you to open your heart.
Mm,
Or would
thinking
you have
back,
stayed suffering on your own if you hadn't have had that? Because you had that realization.
yeah, I didn't mention it, but so from growing up and all my life, like when I get these panic attacks, like waking up in the middle of the night, usually, or during
Mm,
the night, and I get a panic attack, nightmares or fear of death, I would usually walk into my mom's room
mm,
and kind of try to talk to her or something.
mm,
Um, so that's what I've been doing most of the time when it happens.
mm,
And sometimes I try to endure it myself and just distract myself. But uh, yeah, I've been doing that. But I guess I didn't express as much love when it
mm,
happened. But when it happened, I was so scared. I really felt like I was gonna die.
mm.
So I just didn't care. Didn't
Yeah.
matter how much away I was from my heart, how
Mm,
much I had blocked my heart,
mm.
stuff. I just, I guess, at those moments it just opened up because
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was
Mm,
gonna die, so it didn't care. It
mm.
didn't matter. I just
Yeah.
expressed my heart all I could, my fears and love and stuff.
Mm,
But always after, I felt really silly, when the
mm,
kind of attack uh, falls away or calm down. I felt like I was stupid or
mm,
silly or
mm.
a child or whatever.
Yeah.
But so yeah, so I went to my brother with the pug boy then during this attack when I lived alone, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with myself. Like I was just sitting there on the floor. I didn't. I couldn't do anything. I tried to put cold water in my face, just shake it out or do whatever. Yeah, I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't shake it off. I was
Mm,
like I was on fire or something. I couldn't get it away from me. So I was really desperate, and my brother, I don't know how he, like we never spent time together like that, and I'm sure I'm not sure what he was thinking, seeing me like that, because I was always the older brother and bigger and stronger and stuff. And since something I didn't mention as well, we didn't with our father. We got separate from him since he wasn't bad he was bad for our family.
mm,
So we have been without him for a long time growing up. So I guess I was kind of like the man in the house or
mm,
stuff, taking care of things. So I'm sure it was like weird for my brother to see me that way.
mm,
Anyways, I guess he had a habit to smoke some weed or something like that,
mm,
which was something I never did or yeah, tried stuff like that. But I was willing to do anything at that point. So I tried to smoke a few inhales or whatever,
mm,
uh, hoping it would do something for me. But nothing happened, and was almost getting worse, if anything.
mm. Yeah.
No, on top of what I was feeling, I was also getting feeling weird from
Yeah.
smoking. Didn't feel nice at all.
Not the best combination, panic attack and getting stoned. Yeah. Especially if you're
Yeah,
not used to it.
yeah, didn't feel good at all. But eventually, luckily, I felt like laying down. I guess I laid down in his bed or on the sofa or something, and I was almost falling asleep. I was like half asleep, I feel like, which felt really nice to finally escape this horrible experience. I
Mm,
feel like I was in hell.
mm,
And then something happened, something amazing. I was like getting downloads, I feel like
mm,
answers into my head.
mm,
Like I could, in my head, I could ask anything, and I would just get the answer. And it was like I just getting things downloaded in in
mm.
me. I feel like
Wow.
was really amazing and cool. And think I was during this happening. I think I was even talking to my brother, kind of half asleep, and saying what was happening and stuff. And it was really calming me down because all these fears and questions I had was getting answered, and it was all making sense. And all these lies I had been telling myself and believing in and being brainwashed with was completely evaporating,
Mm,
kind of like
mm,
a mist just
mm,
going away.
mm.
It was all making sense and becoming clear to me how the world worked and stuff. And it was really
Is that what the
nice.
downloads were? Yeah, mate. I mean, was the downloads like it was just awareness, so it just dropped into your consciousness and you just had a knowing, or how did that? what did that look like and feel like when you was getting these
I feel
downloads?
like to compare it, like with Pugboy when he pierced my heart with his
Mm,
light and love. I feel like there was something piercing all these layers of bullshit and fear
yeah.
and darkness I had put on myself. Was
Mm,
just piercing through that, maybe
mm,
from an angel or whatever,
yeah, great.
just making it all clear to me,
Mm,
getting this like little hole through all the shit.
yeah, yeah, all the
Uh,
layers.
yeah,
Mm,
and yeah, eventually I fell asleep, and when then I wake up the other day, and it was a really sunny, beautiful day, and it was really like having lived and experienced the worst nightmare and darkness,
mm,
then waking up to a sunny, beautiful day. Like
wow.
that shift from that dark night to that sunny day was exactly this what was happening inside me.
Mm,
That was my life shifting from darkness to light,
yeah,
and my perspective from waking up that day had completely changed. I was
wow.
completely different and viewed and saw everything differently, and it had all gone away. All this, pretty much, like all this I was experiencing, and I was, yeah, I really woke up, really, like literally woke
Wow.
up at that time.
Mm,
And I yeah, had all this understanding in my head, and like
mm,
things was making sense. I was like puzzle pieces and
mm,
connecting dots.
mm,
uh was like, yeah, I was like I had a book, kind of like beginner's book of spirituality or life
mm,
downloaded into me, and
yeah.
yeah, yeah, I was just believed in God, obviously, and all that, and spirituality, and
So that belief of God came back that you kind of like pushed away in that
yeah,
next day you woke up. That that belief or knowing that God was, part of who you are came back. Is that right?
yeah, exactly. Like because I realized then that all my life there was something about God,
Mm,
something that resonated with that, but not with religion.
yeah,
Like,
I'm
and
getting
I,
chills as you're saying it.
yeah, and I was, putting together God with religion, and since
Mm,
I felt religion was wrong, then so must God be. There
yeah.
must also be a lie or whatever.
Mm,
So that all made sense. That, oh, God doesn't have to do with religion. God is just God. God is
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was like one of the downloads or answers I got.
Mm.
So it all made sense, and uh,
And in terms of like the death part, like how do you feel about death now? You've gone through that because it sounds like you went through a real deep dark night of the soul, and you
yeah.
had to experience because you had such a fear of death. You had to really face that to really know what it is like to feel like you're going to die, so you can come out the other end. And so, how do you feel about death now? And what is your view on death? How has
Um,
that changed?
yeah, now sometimes honestly I could still feel like I get like old panic,
Hmm.
like small moments of it when
Hmm.
but I feel like that's when I'm not so conscious or like
Mm. Yeah.
aware. It's like
Mm.
small, almost memories or habits,
Yeah, yeah,
or
right. Mm,
yeah. But when I'm conscious, like right now,
mm,
it doesn't feel scary anymore. It feels
mm,
like almost coming home, like it's
mm,
just a way of life, or
mm,
I feel like, I have hope and faith and like and that it's gonna happen when it's supposed to,
mm,
and nothing I have to worry about. Um, it doesn't feel scary. It just feels like part of life, and yeah, nothing to be afraid of. Because one reason it's been scary before is because it felt like out of my control, like it
yeah.
something that would happen to me,
Mm,
against me, like someone taking my life.
mm,
Like I have
mm,
no control or say or to do
mm,
about it. Like I'm
mm,
forced to give up my life at some point.
mm,
And now I feel like it's kind of up to me that I can live as long as I want to live, and it's like, yeah, I have my life as long as I want to, and I feel like when I'm ready and want to continue or pass away or whatever with this life, then it's gonna happen, and
mm,
no sooner than that.
mm. And do you still have the belief that when you die, or do you have a different perspective now on the transition and what happens at the other end, or what are your beliefs around that? Has that changed?
No, no, yeah, completely.
Mm,
I don't believe in that darkness and stuff anymore, obviously.
mm,
I'm not sure what happens when
mm,
you pass away or continue. Like I
mm,
don't not entirely sure how it's gonna look like or be like, but I feel like kind of just light more than darkness, if anything.
yeah,
Just
exactly. Mm,
yeah, you kind of just being in bliss and
mm, mm,
being conscious and aware,
mm,
and still, I guess, still having a part of me
mm,
left.
mm, mm.
So I'm not, because that's also been a fear, that kind of not having myself, like
Yeah.
just becoming part of consciousness and not having a personality or something that makes me
Mm,
unique or something like that.
mm,
Kind of just
yeah.
blend in with the ocean like a drop.
Mm, mm,
But I still feel like you have that, like in your soul or whatever. You are a unique imprint or
yeah, yeah.
being,
Hmm.
and if you're not in this body, you're still a spirit or soul flowing around or being
Hmm.
everywhere or nowhere, something
Mm.
like that.
I think you said it really beautifully earlier, like a coming home. And that's kind of how I see it. Like, we still have our unique personalities when we do transition. And it is that we're in the dream now, right? And we actually wake up when we transition the other side. And so yeah, it's quite interesting when we have all these different perspectives, don't we? And we have these fears of death because the mind wants to control it. It's the unknown as well. And when you are met with these experiences that you've had, you get faced with the darkness of what it actually would feel like to die. And then you can start to see actually none of it matters. It's just the mind creating these um, stories, because the mind's very good at that. And then we start focusing on those stories and they start exacerbating our feelings or emotions and creating these things like panic attacks as well. Um, but yeah, it sounds like you've gone through a lot of shifts. And do you still receive downloads now about just the nature of reality and get your answers? Got any questions answered? Just need to plug my charger in.
Yeah, um, yeah. I'm always making progress. I feel like, or
Mm,
ascending, or enlight enlightening, or
mm-hmm,
whatever.
mm,
And you mentioned earlier, waking up more than once, like have
mm,
small awakenings.
Yeah, it's the
Ca-
awakenings.
yeah,
Mm,
getting rid of fears, blockades,
mhm,
and stuff. So yeah, it's like never ending, and
mm,
sometimes it's more and sometimes it's less. But
mhm,
I feel like if I want to know something, if I, put my focus and attention on something, then
mhm,
I will realize it and
mm, mm.
figure it out and make sense of it and kind of clear my mind.
Yeah. So would you say contemplation has been something that's been really, it sounds like you do a lot of contemplating. Would you
Yeah,
say that's been one of the key things that's really helped you gain more awareness and expand
yeah,
your consciousness?
definitely.
Mm,
And yeah, all my life really
mm, mm,
been a lot. I've been, especially since I've been so isolated and lonely.
mm,
I've
mm,
spent a lot of time, which has been both a curse and a blessing. I
yeah.
often realize when looking back, because
Mm,
I've spent so much time with myself,
mhm,
thinking or contemplating
mm,
and thinking these things through and realize things and
mm, mm,
understand things and
mhm,
stuff,
mm,
which have feel like shed light on a lot of things and given me wisdom and
mm,
faith and hope and
mm.
stuff.
Yeah, no. I think when you go into a state of contemplation, it is really powerful to create those shifts. And so yeah, it brings more awareness. And these I've had so many aha moments being in contemplation. So it's a very powerful way of opening and expanding for sure. And are there any like techniques or tools or practices that you do apart from that that helps you stay conscious? Because it's very easy for us to drop into being unconscious. There's so many distractions. So are there things that you do in your day to day that help you remain as much as we can be with the distractions conscious? Or sorry about that. We had a technical difficulty, but yes, it's continuing to record. So yeah, so I think I asked you about your daily practices. Is there anything that you do to kind of help you remain conscious and
Right.
navigate life really with a bit more ease and grace? Because it can be challenging, right?
Yeah. I feel it could have to do with like to kind of center myself and ground myself. I guess get some time with myself, with my breath,
Mm-hmm.
kind of align myself, come
Mm-hmm.
back to myself, like collect myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it can be through obviously breathing fresh
Mm-hmm.
air really is a big thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of clear my mind,
Mm-hmm.
get into my body, maybe
Mm-hmm.
go out in nature,
Yeah.
being physical in my body.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of just drop into my body and be myself, kind of like an animal, almost like breathing,
Mm-hmm.
just being, not
Yeah.
being in my head. Get away from my head and
Yeah.
into my body, and
Yeah.
maybe just if in my head, just contemplating,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
anything, not yeah,
Yeah, but you're conscious of it, so it's you're conscious
right, yeah,
contemplating. It's a conscious act, isn't it? And yeah, and I think most of us do shallow breathing, don't we? We don't even breathe properly, and even when I leave like my home, it's like as soon as I go outside, I'm like consciously breathing in the air, and it feels so good. And just getting out in nature, it's not been tainted at all. It's so powerful when we do connect with
mm,
nature because we're all made up of a lot of the same things. So yeah, that's amazing. How has your just physical body and your mind, body, soul shifted since going from a meat diet to obviously going now plant-based? What's that transition been like, and has that expanded your consciousness even more?
oh yeah, I feel like that has been like, of the hug by open my heart.
mm,
and then me changing the way I eat and not
mm,
eating these low vibe foods anymore, kind of more like lighter foods,
mm,
more
mm,
vibrating and higher
mhm,
frequency food.
mm,
It has really, obviously changed entire body and everything and lifted me up and kind of, yeah, fueled me and kind of like a fire. Are you still here?
Sorry,
Hello?
still technical difficulties. So I'm on my phone. So anyway, carry on.
Oh, you have any idea where I left off? Like,
You said about the foods and how that's the lighter foods and eating the light, yeah, how that's helped.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It has really changed everything about me.
Hmm.
And I feel like, as opposed to eating dead flesh and animals, which I feel like is very dense and dark, full of
Mm,
fear, like
mm,
literally full of fear in the dead body of these animals.
mm,
And I feel like that really pulls you down into the darkness and hell almost, because you kind of experience what these animals has experienced. So when you get away from that, you're not longer kind of that grounded in that darkness. You kind of lift up. Uh,
mm,
you get lighter, and that is something I experienced in everything in
mm,
my life. Just yeah, lifting up, getting lighter, like
mm,
feather,
mm,
and
yeah.
the more the lighter food you eat, the lighter you become, the more enlightened you get, just lighter,
Mm,
I
mm,
feel like.
mm,
And if you want
yeah.
to, if you feel like you kind of like unbalanced and need to ground yourself, you can obviously eat like dead animals and then and stuff, but it's something not I never want to do. But
Mm.
to ground yourself, you can instead eat like
Root
earth food,
vegetables, yeah. Mm.
earthy food like potatoes and stuff.
Carrots, yeah.
Yeah, like kind of
Beetroot.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah. And have you noticed that you've got more energy since eating this food?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I feel like I have unlimited energy at times
Mm.
and
Yeah.
so much and more energized than most people. And when I think back, I was like a sluggish, just
Mm.
dark stone, just dragging my body through life, and my
Mm.
mind was just in darkness and sluggish and dark and slow, as opposed to now being light and clear and quick and energized.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, that's what I noticed. I mean, I never really did exercise before. I never would go to the gym. I would just to step into a gym would have been so like out of my comfort zone. And I had so much energy. It was kind of like the next progression of like, right, what am I going to use this energy for? Getting up early and doing all my practices and then started strength training. And that was all kind of like divinely orchestrated to do that. And it's like you work on your mental mind, you work on the strength there. And then it's like it's mind, body, soul, right? And so then the physical body wants to get strong. And I've tuned in with my guys to see if I should continue to strength train or because we, do some other kind of form of exercise or just do yoga. And they say, like, my guides have said that it helps to integrate the light that's coming on the planet right now. There's a lot of
Mm,
light that we are receiving. There's so much going on energetically, and so strengthening the body is going to help to anchor in and integrate more of that light. So yeah, I do it for longevity as well. It's like, when I'm 80, 90 years old, I want to be able to get up off my chair really with a bit more ease and grace. And so, yeah, just exercise and movement, which I never did when I was younger. apart from dancing, but that was a party dance. I was a bit of a party girl, so I danced quite a lot. But yeah, it's really, really great that you're noticing the energy, because yeah, I noticed that it was a lot of energy. But yeah, is there anything that you would like to share that you feel we haven't touched on?
No, nothing that comes to mind.
No, that's fine. And just on a parting note, so thank you so much for taking the time to do this, and so apologies for the hiccups with the software technical issues. I'm saying there's a lot of our high vibrations right now. That's why it's happening. So we'll go with that. But just a quick one. What would you say that like self-love means to you?
Good question. It's something that I need to get better at.
Mm,
But yeah, something that I've been working on a lot lately is um, standing up for yourself, kind of yeah, doing what you want or will, like no matter what. Like not sure what the word for it is, but yeah, kind of yeah, following your heart.
mm-hmm, mm,
No matter what it can be, and yeah, not disregarding yourself, not losing yourself to please others, to
mm,
be aligned and have integrity for yourself
mm,
and being yeah, true to yourself.
mm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Really grateful for your being here, and grateful for you, Philip, for offering to share your story. That is just a beautiful journey that you've shared with us, from, going from dark to light, really, and expanding into more of who you are, and that beautiful pug that was part of your life at that time was obviously a soul contract, where it helped you see the light of who you are, because that's it. We're just anchoring more of who we are, and expanding into that. And so it's great to witness that's happened for you. And yes, we're all going through these shifts. So yeah, so thank you so much for being here. Thanks everybody for watching, and see you on the next one. Have a blessed day.